Here we researched some popular secure credit cards, and in the list you see below, we've named about the 4 or 5 of them. Even though they carry a very high interest rate of anywhere from 18 to 20%. However, you are able to find some out there with a 9.99%. So while it typically takes about 2 to 3 years to build up your credit, if you combine 2 or 3 of these secure credit cards along with the My Jewelry Club, the New Coast Direct group, within 4 to 5 months, you'll be able to be well on your way of establishing a positive credit score. How to raise your credit card limits. Now, getting a credit limit increase feels a lot like getting a promotion or a raise at your job. While not exactly as monumental, it's still a big moment in your credit life. Especially if you're new to credit or you're rebuilding a bad credit score, an increase in your credit limit feels a lot like a thumbs up, letting you know you've been responsible with your credit card spending. Here's about getting a credit limit increase and raising your credit score. Start with responsible payments. The longer establishment and on-time payments you have with a credit card account, the higher the probability for lenders to increase your credit card limits. So in other words, credit card issuers tend to automatically raise your credit limit as you handle great credit responsibly. So that means that charges only on a manageable percentage of your total credit limit and making those payments on time each month. Many credit card issuers review credit accounts periodically and can automatically raise your credit limit for cardholders who meet that criteria. What also matters is the frequency of spending. So let's just say a credit card company gives you a credit limit of $5,000, and each month you use that $5,000 and you pay it off before your closing statement date. So the frequency and the time that you allow to use and pay off that credit limit, the credit card companies review and monitor your credit every single month. So once they start seeing how responsible you are, they can naturally increase your credit limit over time. Next, we have soft inquiries. Here, I want you to be proactive. So ask your bank to increase your credit card limit every 3 to 6 months, but only proceed if they're willing to do it as a soft inquiry. So coming back to the perfect credit formula, we want to optimize our scores as much as possible before requesting any limit increases, but make sure you have a low credit utilization by paying down any cards with balances over 30%. You don't want to do this with a hard inquiry because the rule of thumb was that no more than 6 inquiries before 6 months. So if we need to comply with that precisely, note that the limit is unlikely to increase if you're maxed out on your credit cards. Next, we have increase your security deposit. So for an example, if you have a secure credit card and you start off with a $200 limit, now the next following month, you're able to add additional money with the credit card issuer and increase that, let's just say, by $400 or by $2,000. So because you are giving the credit card issuer additional capital, they're able to raise that limit accordingly. Entice credit card issuers with the balance transfer. So banks love balance transfers. So a balance transfer is when you transfer your balance from one credit card to another. So this can be a pretty sweet deal because you're able to get these 0% interest rates for over a year or longer. So if you tell your issuer that you want to increase and transfer your balances, so they'll most likely want to make this work, assuming they can trust you and you can make your payments on time. Personal line of credits are another great strategy for increasing your credit limits. So regardless of whether the line of credit is secured or unsecured, both qualify as revolving debt, which is the same classification as credit cards. So if you obtain a personal line of credit with a $50,000 limit, the next time you apply for a revolving account, there's a very good chance that they may issue you this close to the same limit based upon the average or the age of limit on your credit. So borrowers with good or excellent credit, typically 690 or above, have a better chance of getting approved at the lowest interest rates available.